I am pleased to welcome the preeminent singing actress on the operatic stage today. She is known for having a soaring voice as well as a penetrating and dramatic intensity upon the stage. She hails from the Baltic country of Latvia, where she studies at the Academy of Music there. In 2011, she joins the chorus of the Latvian National Opera, and within 2 years, she is elevated to soloist. Within 5 years, she's making her debuts at La Scala and the Vienna State Opera. She makes her debut at Covent Garden in 2010 as Madama Butterfly, and she makes her Met debut in 2013 as Magda in Puccini's La Rondine. She makes big news in the opera world on April 5th, 2014. Now, the previous night, she sings her first Met Butterfly to great reviews. She gets home from all the parties about 5 a.m. Well, at 7 a.m., she gets a frantic call. The Met has lost their Mimi in La Boheme for their live in HD broadcast, which is a matinee starting in 5 hours. She agrees to go on, and she becomes a Met and has been a Met darling ever since. She's really distinguished herself, particularly in the roles of Puccini. We already spoke about Rondine, Butterfly, and Bohème, but also she has excelled in Manon Lescaut, Tosca, and Suor Angelica, and we are just thrilled she is here. Miss Kristine Opolais.
Hello, thank you. Thanks for having me. I feel so important after everything you said.
Oh, that's because you are very important.
Oh, come on.
So we're doing
nice.
this remembrance, not remembrance, but this sort of preview of Butterfly. Last week, the Met live streamed your Rusalka back from 2017. And so my first question to you is, you had made a comment in an interview I saw where you said Puccini was in your blood, but Dvorak was in your soul. Wondering, could you tell us a little more about that, since these two composers are important to you?
Oh God, I was afraid that you will ask me to tell you more about that, because once I said that, and that's how I feel. And now everyone asked me to explain what it means and what I mean actually, and I try to understand what I mean. I just feel like Puccini is in my blood, but Dvorak is in my soul. I just feel, I don't know, it's like, how can you explain when you love someone, even if it's wrong person, you just love it. You love this person, you love something, you cannot understand why. You understand you should not love, but you love. It's like, it's the same. I just love Puccini. I cannot understand this connection. And but when I sing Rusalka, when I sing Dvorak music, it's just something like chemical feelings, what is going on, but not in the body feelings, but it's like my mentally, basically, as I remember, when I sing Rusalka, I feel better person, but when I sing Puccini, I feel very not bad person, but I feel like more alive. I feel like a woman, and like real women who knows all palette of emotions, like everything is fine for her. She can be dangerous one day, and then she's just, another day she's Suor Angelica, and the third day I'm Manon Lescaut. So I just like, I know all these colors. I know secret, and I don't know how I know this secret. I just have feeling I have connection with Maestro Puccini as well. But when I sing Rusalka, I just feel so special emotionally, not physically, but emotionally and mentally. It's very difficult to explain, really. It's like, as I said, you love someone and you don't understand why, for what exactly.
Wonderful. Now, we, of course, highlighting the production of Butterfly that was recorded back on April 2nd, 2016 with Roberto Alagna. You sang opposite him. Any particular memories or anything that sticks out in that production or that performance?
Well, that production is special in general. I love that production, and I always felt like I'm an actress and this is a real movie when I was in this production, and this puppet, this situation with having no real child, but to have a puppet on stage, it for me it's even more emotional, and it's special because at one point you can control your emotions more, because when you see a real child, it's difficult, because I'm a mother. But at the end, somehow I felt that it's even more stronger, because everything is in my imagination, and I kind of see whatever I want to see. I draw any fantasies about how this child should look, and it's so strong to me, because I like to be in this abstract world, and that's why I love this production. Of course, working with Roberto, it was great to do Butterfly, because before that we did Manon Lescaut, so we got knew each other, more.
Okay.
And he was a real gentleman, and we had a great time, really.
Now, I was reading that as you were coming along, you had dreams of being a rock musician. You loved Madonna and Tina Turner. At
Yeah.
what point did you realize, this operatic path will be my path?
I never realized anything. My mother just wanted me to do that, and I was shocked, because it was not in my plans completely. And I really wanted to be. I liked rock pop, and I never thought about opera. But my mother wanted to be an opera singer, and she was an opera singer, but she never made a career, because I was born, and she never managed that. However, she told me once, when she heard me singing on stage on the mic, and I was singing something like something like that, like using only my throat, and she noticed that I have voice, and I need to be an opera singer. So she just killed me with that news, because I was 16, and it was out of any of my imagination about my future, and my plans. And I also wanted to be an actress, so I thought I will sing, and I liked rock pop, and I thought I will be actress, but opera was very far away from my dreams. When my mother was unwell, and then I wanted to do something nice for her, to make her be happy and feel happy. So I started to sing with my private teacher again, and somehow at that time I understood that I started to like something about that. So my sound was more beautiful, and my first teacher gave me a recording of Maria Callas, and of course you understand what happened next. I went to the library, and I wanted to have some video, so in the music academy, and I took a video, as I remember now. It was Tosca from Covent Garden. So from this day I decided I will be an opera singer.
That performance has changed many of our lives.
Yes.
We're talking about great actresses. When I first saw you a few years back, I was Renata Scotto stuck in my mind. Another actress who the music and the drama were always together. It was never just about the singing. It was never just about the acting. They were always together. And I'm wondering, were you just inspired by maybe her career and Callas's career?
Yes.
Or you just figured that out yourself?
Yeah, Renata Scotto is a queen, definitely. I had a big influence. Also, I remember my first butterfly, not my first important butterfly before my debut at the Covent Garden in 2011, I think. I was listening only Renata Scotto, and she was a biggest inspiration for me. So, and also Suor Angelica.
Oh, yes.
I had her recording, and yeah, and you said exactly, I agree with you. So for me, what is important? For me, opera singing without being artist is quite boring. So I always try to not like to do something, it's just how I feel. And when I cannot act, or I don't understand how to act, my voice is not responding. My voice is kind of not alive. And as soon I get a right emotion, so I have good team, or I have right mood, or I have great maestro supporting me, and everything what supports me. So I'm very sensitive artist, and I need support. I am not like by myself. And when all stars comes together and all these puzzles, I have them, then this magic is happening. So for me, acting is number one, because without acting and understanding what I'm acting, which kind of life I'm living on stage, I cannot really make a sound.
Mm.
So it's, for me, it's impossible to not to be connected emotionally. And for me, never was possible to work technically.
Can I ask you one last question? What
Sure.
advice would you give a young singer like who's coming along, say maybe a young Latvian singer in her 20s, or a gentleman for that matter, coming along trying to figure out how to negotiate this business today? What advice would you give him or her?
The advice number one is not listening advices. And for this profession also is very important to have a right intuition. So you need to be connected also with your intuition. What means intuition? You just catch first 5 seconds idea, and this is the right one. So I give a very big secret now.
Wow, very good. And actually, I do
Okay.
have one last question, if I may. How have you been spending your time during the pandemic?
I enjoy this time. It's horrible to say that, probably. Well, I miss stage, of course. I'm missing singing, and I feel very difficult to sing in the room, just in the apartment. You know, I'm not that kind of fan of that. But I'm really, I think this is like a gift from above to me and to my daughter, to spend so much time with her. And I do exercises, I do a lot of sport, I'm swimming, I do stretching, I spend time with my Adriana. How I'm happy to have this time, because I finally have time for my daughter, which is the most important. And I never had enough time to spend with her.
Well, Miss Kristine Opolais, this is a treat that you have joined us today. You've dropped some pearls of wisdom. There are many young singers who will be watching this, so thank you so much for that. And stay safe there in Latvia. We hope to see you very soon back at the Met.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope to see you soon too.